Hi everyone, I'm Chi of Gold Chicks. If you live in Southeast Asia, you probably have heard of me before as the artist who creates premium handmade, either limited edition or one-of-a-kind items. Our latest project, which I'm very happy to share with you, is Gold Chicks collaborating with Helping Hands Penan. As you know, the Penan is one of the indigenous communities in Sarawak. So via our Gold Chicks CSR of collaborating with Helping Hands Penan, we are actually providing a lot of weaving work for the weaving ladies, and all the support goes to educate their children. So, a bag, a Penan bag, it's lovely as it is, right? Now your job today is to convert it into an even lovelier bag by decoupaging it. Well, today it's my honor to show you step by step how to decoupage a Penan bag. Okay, we start off with the primer as usual. So take one brush, dab it slightly, keep it slightly damp. If you think it's overly wet, just dab in your tissue. Okay, this amount. Okay, the way to paint is always follow the weave. Always. So this is a crisscross weave, right? Okay, so I like to call this crease, and I like to call this cross. Leave to dry for probably half an hour. Next, we will go to applying the chalk paint. Leave to dry. Next, what do? Cutting. Before we cut, you admire your piece of rice tissue. So you determine for yourself which part you favor most. Say you fancy this part the most, so you should cut out this part to be on the front of your Penan bag. Then the balance of it, you see how you can use it for the back of the Penan bag. There's no right, no wrong. It's your personal artistic journey. So do this with wholeheartedly. Have fun. Here goes. A useful tool to have for decoupaging is the right size scissors. If your scissors is sharp and light and about this size, I think this is number 4, a very good decoupage will be determined by your cut. If you cut very close to the motif edges, you will have a very clean effect. And then when you glue this motif onto your Penan bag, the weave of the Penan bag will show through. So after cutting, you have this, right? Remember these 2 babies? So peeling. Every of this tissue comes in 3 layers. And you only need the top layer, which is very thin. So, but there's a technique to do this. Grab hold of your glue, take a very little glue, so little, and then do this, right? And then just when it's slightly sticky, not very sticky, if it's slightly sticky, okay, there you go. 2 hands, Don't worry, you don't get it right the first time. See, I managed to get the last layer off. So I still got 1 more layer to remove, right? See how thin it is now? Okay, so now that we have peeled, let's check on the bag that you have primed and applied paint chalk just now. make sure it's absolutely dry. If it's still not dry after an hour, which is very unlikely, just take the hairdryer and blow at no heat, right? So now the gluing part. As a guide, for this size of 6 by 6 by 4.5 bag, I use only 5, maximum 6 drops. Okay. Okay, the brush must be dry. Okay, again, what did we say? Crisscross, right? Crisscross method. We'll put it in and we will see. This sponge, this baby sponge, just dip it in a bit of water. Squeeze. Squeeze as dry as you can. Okay, so what do? Take your wet wipe, the weave part which does not have the decoupage, just dab away the extra glue. Okay, now that you've finished the front, you have to do the back, right? So wait for this like for half an hour to dry first so they can flip it over and glue the back. So you have finished, remember just now we glued the rice paper and you left it to dry. Probably it'll take around an hour or 2 to dry. So when it's dry, you know it. You can safely put your hand there, you can rub, you know, nothing comes out, nothing feels sticky. It's just like any other surface, right? So you know it is ready to apply your first layer of varnish. Now, how many layers of varnish is optimal? My personal standard is 5. So I want to have this living with me for the next few years. So I'm doing 5. Let me show you layer 1 now. Layer 1, pay attention. Layer 1 is an all-round. You cover everything. Everything and bottom. And then you have to leave it dry. Keep it like maybe an hour or 2. When it's dry already, your second, third, fourth and fifth layer would be just covering, focusing on the motif front, motif back. And your brush will still have a little bit of varnish dampness. Then you just do this. Just slap it a bit. Just slap it a bit. That's for layer 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let's start varnish 1. Again, dry brush. So here I'm using the satin varnish. Don't overpaint. Don't overpaint because you want perfect rice paper to be maintained throughout. Don't rub, just use your wrist work, okay? Don't rub. Go one direction first. Remember how I say top, everywhere, top, bottom, side. Take your time with the first layer of varnish. Because if you rub, you know what will happen? Your rice paper may come off. Once it's no longer sticky, then you know you are ready for layer 2 and repeat for 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so this will take, for me this process takes over 2 days. What I want is for each layer of varnish to be absolutely bone dry before I continue with the second, third, fourth and fifth. Okay, this is the finished product. Yay! Front and back. Totally scratch proof. If I have a glass of water to pour on it to show you it's waterproof, I would. But it's not at hand. Anyway, so So this is going to last you for years and years. So what do we do with it? You can use this just as a bag, jalan-jalan, put your wallet in a pouch bag, zip up, you know. So many things you can throw in there. You can actually leave it in the middle between your passenger seat and your driver's seat, and then can drop things along the way. But what I do is, when I go to office, I always go for my meetings. I always have my trusty iPad. I always have a tumbler of tea. Don't ask me why I always travel with a pen. Don't ask me why, but I do it. Okay, so ladies, thank you so much. It's my honor really today to spend this time with you. Please enjoy the process and contact me if you need anything. Bye!